Now I want to talk about more how you can set alert routes. So alert routes, as you can see on my screen right now, you can configure alert routes in here. This is one I've already created. I just create an alert route. I can just name it whatever I want to name. Let's say this is an outage alert route, and I select the alert source as Prometheus. I filter it now. Only on these filters the alert would be created into an incident. Let's say I create on high. I can also add any label. There are multiple labels. I can do a regex pattern, for example. It should match let's say payment system. So the payment systems would be directly, and I just payment. So I'd just directly be filtering in all the payment keyword including alerts, and similarly I can do on the annotation. Then again there is one alert content. On the color content part, it can do a regex pattern match once again, and then I can create an incident. I can choose to keep it a healthy or unhealthy alert based on if I pick yes or no. Then I also have an option whether it needs to be escalated to my superior if I'm on call, or whether it needs to be suppressed if it's not an incident. Then there is also a severity override. I can assign it critical, high, warning, info, or low severity based on this routing rule. I can just go ahead and create this route. This route created. I can also delete this from here. So it's deleted. And now if I see this route, you can see on critical and warning, this would be created. An incident would be created without an escalation and suppress. I'm just gonna head click on cancel now because I don't want to mess up with it. Now if I go, so this was about how I can manage the alert routes. I can create incident based on alert rules. Now let's talk about the escalation paths. I can define escalation paths. Escalation paths are nothing but who needs to be addressed when an on-call issue happens. So let's say this is our default escalation paths. So this is an escalation path for any on-call to happen, and let's say if an issue has happened, so this is the level 1. Level 2, if I want to add some more people here, I can just go ahead and from the schedule I can pick primary on-call. If I want to add some specific user, I can just directly add this guy, and so on. I can add this person to the on-call schedule. This is now into enabled state. I go back to us from the escalation paths, and let's now talk about schedules. Also, before going to schedules, you can also see uh, by default you can assign them easier day routing. These are some escalation paths. So you can also assign auto escalation by severity. This is also there. Now let's